Hello again, my name is Gabe Zollner. This is the evening of the 25th of December, 2018. Went through some of the comments that some of my viewers left on one or two of my videos, and this one sort of captivated my attention. Thought I'd turn it into a video. It might take more than one, since I run a video for about 8 minutes. And then I've got to do another one. The title is The Burning Platform. Meet President Swamp, the Rothschilds' personal bitch. There's an embedded little video there you might want to take a look at. This is a compilation of information on Donald Trump's ties to Rothschilds. Trump has not been partners in crime with associates of Rothschild's family. He's even been directly involved with the Rothschilds. According to many conspiracy theories, for hundreds of years the Rothschilds have been dominating slavery, drug, central banks, politics, false flags, terror, violent overthrows of regimes, depopulation, the media, etc. The Rothschilds family has been associated with the Dutch and British royal families, the Rockefellers, and the Vatican for more than 100 years. According to the Rothschilds-controlled media, they became rich because they are genius businessmen that basically use their wealth for philanthropy. Casinos, Rothschild, and Wilbur Ross. Trump's daughter, Ivanka, before she married Jared Kushner, had an affair with Nate Rothschild, heir to the Rothschilds' trillions. In 1987, Donald Trump purchased his first casino interest when he acquired 93% of the shares in Resorts International. In October 30th, 1978, it was reported that the principal investors of Resorts International were Meyer Lansky. You know who Meyer Lansky is? He's the mafia. Tibor Rosenbaum, William Mellon Hitchcock, David Rockefeller, and Baron Edmund de Rothschild. When the casinos went bankrupt, it was only with the assistance of Wilbur L. Ross, Jr., Senior Managing Director of Rothschilds, Inc., that Trump could keep the casinos. These days, Wilbur Ross is Trump's Secretary of Commerce. In the late 1970s, Ross began his 24 years at New York City office of New Mexico Rothschild and Sons, where he ran the bankruptcy reconstruction advisory practice along with Carl Eichmann. Ross convinced bondholders to strike a deal with Trump that allowed Donald to keep control of the casinos. In the late 1990s, Ross started a $200 million fund at Rothschild, Inc., which specialized in leveraged buyout of distressed businesses. Wilbur got named the king of bankruptcy. In 2000, he took over the $200 million Rothschilds Investment Fund with $250 million from investors and named it W.L. Ross and Company. He began scooping up firms in trouble, putting millions into struggling steel, coal, and textile companies. In 2006, Ross sold W.L. Ross and Company to investment management firm Invesco for about $375 million, but remained its chairman and chief strategy officer. Ross brought together LTV Steel, Acme Steel, and Bethlehem Steel in the early 2000s under the name International Steel Group. In 2005, he sold it for $4.5 billion. Now ArcelorMittal, netting $260 million for the investors. His foray into taking over distressed coal companies proved similarly lucrative. Ross made $210 million when he went public with his coal assets under the Banner International Coal Group. During the recession, Ross took control of troubled banks in England, Greece, and Cyprus. He was also part of the group that acquired a 35% stake in the Bank of Ireland during the height of Europe's 2011 debt crisis. He sold the last of his stake in 2014, nearly tripling his initial investment. In one of those strange coincidences, Wilbur Ross owns an apartment at River House in New York. Other occupants of River House are Henry Kissinger and Sir Evelyn de Rothschild, Queen Elizabeth financial advisor. Robert Murdoch, Australian-born media mogul, member of the CFR, and billionaire Rupert Murdoch, has been friends with Baron Jacob Rothschild since the 1960s. Murdoch controls the Fox Broadcasting Company and was also schooled at Oxford. Jacob Rothschild served as deputy chairman of Murdoch's Sky B Corporation from 2003 to 2007. Murdoch jointly with Jacob Rothschild invested in a 5.5% stake in Genie, which conducts shale gas and oil exploration in, amongst other, Colorado's and the occupied Golan Heights. In Kosovo, the International Crisis Group is active, funded by George Soros, Rupert Murdoch, Goldman Sachs, and J.P. Morgan. In June 2016, Donald Trump welcomed Rupert Murdoch and his wife, Jerry Hall, for dinner at his golf course in Scotland. Rupert Murdoch and his ex-wife, with Chinese-born Wendy Ding, are also close to the couple, Ivanka and Jared Kushner, advisors to President Trump. That'll be part 1. Part 2 will start in a moment.